Did you know that most men and women over 50 have overlooked small warning signs they later wish they had noticed sooner? The surprising thing is that many people who seem healthy walking every day and eating well suddenly discover pancreatic cancer at a late stage. Why does that happen? Have you ever felt brief stomach pains and quickly brushed them off as normal aging? Have you had lingering fatigue or noticed your weight drop by a few pounds, then told yourself, I probably just ate irregularly? We often explain away these changes as a weak stomach, wear and tear, or simply getting older. But the truth is, those tiny signals can be the very first whispers of one of the most dangerous diseases, pancreatic cancer. What makes it so frightening isn't that it's loud or dramatic, but that it's so quiet. Pancreatic cancer often progresses silently. It doesn't cause sharp, stabbing pain right away. It hides, staying quiet until it finally shows itself, often too late. According to the American Cancer Society, the 5-year survival rate is only about 12%. That number stops most people in their tracks and raises the question, if it were me, would I have noticed sooner? So the real question is, how do you recognize those early signals when they're so faint they're easy to dismiss? And what are the small symptoms that, if noticed in time, could save a life? In a moment, I'll share 8 early symptoms that oncology specialists strongly warn you not to ignore. Because noticing them early versus brushing them off can be the difference between effective treatment and a diagnosis that comes too late. The first symptom may sound familiar, but is easy to misjudge: persistent abdominal or back pain. This isn't the kind of intense pain that sends you straight to the hospital. It's a persistent ache that comes and goes, often in the upper abdomen and sometimes radiating to the back. Many people assume it's stomach spasms, spinal degeneration, or just poor posture. But doctors at the Mayo Clinic have emphasized that a dull, recurring backache is one of the earliest signs of a pancreatic tumor. If you're over 50 and the pain keeps showing up more often, don't ignore it. That could be your body's warning. The second symptom is sudden, unexplained weight loss. After 50, many people feel pleased to see a little weight come off. Maybe I'm eating less or digesting better. But unexpected weight loss, especially when paired with a loss of appetite, is a different story. Many pancreatic cancer patients report losing 10 to 20 pounds within a few months, even though their eating habits didn't change. That's because a pancreatic tumor directly disrupts nutrient absorption and energy metabolism. So even if you're eating normally, your body isn't retaining the energy it needs. The third symptom is jaundice, yellowing of the skin and eyes. It's one of the most surprising signs because many people don't connect it to the pancreas. You might notice a yellow tint in the whites of your eyes under the bathroom light, or a sharp-eyed family member might say your skin looks darker and duller than usual. Here's what's happening. As a pancreatic tumor grows, it can press on the bile duct. When the duct is blocked, bilirubin, a bile pigment, can't drain properly, builds up in the blood, and turns the skin and eyes yellow. In the United States, many cases are first discovered because of jaundice, not abdominal pain. One man in Florida said it was his eye doctor, during a routine exam, who first suggested a pancreatic check. If you or a loved one notices yellowing of the skin or eyes, don't assume it's just a liver or gallbladder issue. The pancreas belongs on the checklist too. An early appointment could open the door to effective treatment. The fourth symptom is unusual digestive changes. Have you noticed more frequent loose stools? Are your stools pale, sticky, oily, or hard to wash away? Many people chalk this up to indigestion or sensitive stomach. But a damaged pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to digest fat. When fat isn't absorbed, it passes into the stool, creating what doctors call fatty stools. Plenty of patients also describe persistent bloating or discomfort after meals, even small ones. One woman in California avoided family meals because she always felt heavy and uncomfortable, assuming it was just an older, sensitive gut. If your digestion changes clearly and it lasts, consider it a quiet nudge from your pancreas. The fifth symptom is persistent, unexplained fatigue. Fatigue is common after 50, but pancreatic cancer fatigue is different. You sleep enough, you're not doing heavy work, yet your energy feels drained away. Many patients say it feels like carrying an invisible boulder that makes you want to lie down at any moment. Medically, The body diverts energy to fight the tumor, leading to exhaustion. Changes in energy metabolism make you feel worn out too. One man in Texas used to play golf regularly, then suddenly had to stop after a few holes because he had no strength left. If fatigue becomes a constant companion, don't blame age right away. That's the time to listen and get checked. The sixth symptom is a change in appetite and nausea. This one is tricky because it doesn't always feel dramatic, but it can be one of the earliest red flags. Maybe you used to enjoy your morning coffee. The rich smell was part of your daily routine. But suddenly, the very scent makes you feel uneasy. Or you sit down for dinner, take only a few bites, and immediately feel bloated or even nauseous. Some people describe it as their stomach shutting down sooner than it should. Others notice they've lost interest in foods they once loved. A favorite Sunday breakfast, a family barbecue, or even a simple dessert no longer tastes good. Over time, this disinterest can become so strong that meals start to feel like a chore rather than a pleasure. Why does this happen? The pancreas plays a vital role in releasing enzymes that break down fats and help you digest food. When a tumor disrupts this process, your body can't digest properly. That leads to bloating, discomfort, nausea, and a declining appetite. Doctors in the US have reported that many pancreatic cancer cases were first suspected simply because a patient said, "I just don't feel like eating anymore." One woman thought she was just stressed, but after she lost nearly 15 pounds in a short time, further testing revealed the real cause. So, if meals are no longer appealing, or if nausea after eating becomes a pattern, don't brush it off as just aging or stress. It may be your body's way of urging you to pay closer attention. The seventh symptom is diabetes that seems to appear out of nowhere. At first, this might sound unusual, but it's actually one of the strongest metabolic connections to pancreatic cancer. The pancreas produces insulin, which regulates blood sugar. If a tumor disrupts that process, your blood sugar can suddenly become unstable. A person who never had diabetes before can find themselves diagnosed with high blood sugar. And someone who has managed diabetes well for years can suddenly struggle to keep their levels steady. Studies show that about 1 in 10 pancreatic cancer patients first discovered their cancer after being told they had new-onset diabetes. For example, a man in New Jersey went in for a routine checkup. His doctor noticed unusual blood sugar results, ordered more tests, and found a small pancreatic tumor at an early stage. That's why, if you're over 50 and suddenly develop diabetes without clear risk factors, it's worth asking your doctor to look a little deeper, specifically at the pancreas. The eighth symptom is unexplained blood clots. This is one that almost nobody expects. You might notice your leg becoming swollen, red, and tender. A doctor may diagnose it as deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. Most people think clots like this are only tied to heart disease, circulation problems, or just getting older. But here's the hidden truth. Pancreatic tumors can release substances that make blood more likely to clot. It's a silent complication that can sometimes be the first clear clue of what's happening inside. In the US, many patients only discovered they had pancreatic cancer after being hospitalized for a clot. One woman in Boston seemed completely healthy until she developed sudden, severe leg pain. At the hospital, tests confirmed a clot, but further investigation revealed a small tumor in her pancreas. So if you or a loved one develops an unexplained blood clot, don't settle for just treating the clot itself. Sometimes, that clot is the key that unlocks a diagnosis you never would have suspected. These are the 8 early warnings your body may be whispering to you. They're small, easy to dismiss, but paying attention could change everything. To recap, the signs are a dull ache in the abdomen or back, unexplained weight loss, jaundice, digestive changes, persistent fatigue, loss of appetite with nausea, sudden diabetes, and unexplained blood clots. Each symptom by itself may not seem like much, but if they repeat, persist, or show up together, that's when you need to listen carefully. Early detection can completely change the outcome, so don't ignore the quiet signals inside your body. If you or someone you love notices them, make an appointment with a doctor. One proactive step today could protect your tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss important health information for life after 50. And let us know in the comments, have you ever experienced one of these 8 signs? Your story could help thousands of others realize they're not alone. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep exploring practical, life-saving health insights for midlife and beyond.